Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you can make it back if you're a returning viewer. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and hit the alert notification button so that you can be, in the know for when I drop the next video. So I love just new experiences. Experiences that make you just feel special and experiences that are also like worthwhile. Okay, so we get there, we ask the doorman how much parking is. It's over $100. We promptly ask him where else we can park, which ends up being around the corner and down the street, like literally like right around the corner, literally like a short distance down the street. Parking is $60. Bada bing, bada boom. That's the one we're gonna choose. That was a little wrap. We do that, self-park, we get to keep our keys. Wonderful. So we go into the plaza. The lobby is iconic. I'm talking Eloise at the Plaza. I'm talking Home Alone 2. It was just every bit of what you thought it would be from watching those movies and more. So by the way, I have been to the Plaza before and I have been to tea at the Plaza before. I think it was in like 2017. It was around Christmas time when I was, visiting my sister on the East Coast. We went to New York. But this time of year, it was a Thursday right before Labor Day weekend or the Thursday of Labor Day weekend. And so it was just pretty normal lighting, kind of white, yellow lighting. So we get there, we kind of take pictures, do video. We were there at 2:30. Our reservation was at 3 o'clock. Quick tip with the Plaza, afternoon tea is served from 10:30 till 4 o'clock p.m. The restaurant is open from morning till night, but they serve different meals at different times. So afternoon tea is during that time. You can also have lunch, but then you can also have dinner in the same spot, but that's from 5 onward. My tip is to schedule your reservation closer to 3 or 3:30. I think 3:30 is when they serve the last tea so that they're not rushing you. I mean, granted, it's 5-star service, so they really shouldn't be rushing you. Let's say hasten. They're not hastening you out of the venue or just out of your seat, because afternoon tea is pretty popular. And the earlier you come, the more likely they're going to want to get you out so that the next party can be seated. So it's better to come later so that even if you're having you're in the middle of your tea at 4, no problem. Lounge around. The kitchen is closed, but the bar is open. So people are still coming in and out after work, cocktails, drinks with business partners, drinks with girlfriends, things like that after work, while you are just enjoying your tea. And the bar area is kind of in the center of the Palm Court restaurant. So you can people watch, etc. And so that's my tip. We get there at 2:30. We're just hanging out. And then about 5 minutes till 3, we go and we check in with the hostess. I guess I didn't remember this from the last time that I had gone, but after we checked in, the hostess had us wait and was like, okay, well, you can wait now with the ladies who have already checked in. I'm like, wait, how? Like our reservation is at 3, but you were supposed to check in earlier. They didn't really say that on their website. It was a little bit misleading and it was a little bit disappointing. So we are seated. They give us the choice of the table that we want. They give us the menu. They have 3 different teas. They have the Manhattan tea, which is $118. The signature tea, which is a little bit more than that. And then they have the Eloise tea, which is about $85. So I would be remiss not to mention the Grand Imperial tea, which had caviar service for 2, as well as, of course, the sandwiches and savories, the scones and pastries and sweets. And each course just had kind of like what the signature tea had, but just like a step up. And then they had a very, very special jasmine pearls tea. Oh my goodness. That was the most expensive. We didn't go for that. But maybe next time. Now let's get into the loose leaf tea selection. So they had different categories under infusions, red teas, rare teas, black teas, white teas, and herbal teas. So just over on the second column in the black tea section, I had to get my chai imperial. It's a marvelous, I can't even tell you, blend of black tea with clove and ginger and cinnamon. It smelled so good. The aroma was just so intoxicating. You have a nice black tea with a nice infusion, or red tea is a wonderful variety of teas to match with your food. So I recommend those two, and I recommend pretty much everything on this menu. I think tastes pretty good. So I would just try them all. In terms of the tea selection, oh, so delicious. I'm going to put some clips in here of all the things that we ate, and I'm going to put the description of what they are, and yeah, tell you a little bit about them. To get us started, the applewood smoked salmon roulade had the perfect amount of dill. The cucumber sandwiches, perfect amount of crispy, cool, and creamy on the inside. The pastrami was really good, nice, crispy, had the perfect amount of cheese, not that much. So this macaron was so good with the caviar and the gold on top, very, very light. And now the scones are kind of the main event, right? I mean, this is tea after all. So this is a seasonal menu. Remember that. So everything that you see on the menu to the right of you is not going to be exactly what they have. So for scones, they had two types. They had the cranberry and spice, very warm, very fall, nice and crispy on the outside and nice and smushy on the inside. And then the other was truffle. Oh my goodness, imagine truffle scones. Truffle, scone, wonderful combination. In addition, they had all these spreads that you can use. So they had Devonshire cream, yuzu curd, and they also had house-made cranberry and orange preserves, which were my favorite. These are tea accompaniments. I am going to show you a little bit of the decor and the tea inside of the teapot. More on that later, of course. Next, we have the Lady Apple Green Apple Yogurt Whipped Ganache. I dropped it. But it was good though. And then the US Open inspired macarons. So these were pistachio macarons. Look at the little cute pistachio on top. It's so good. It was like the best pistachio macaron I've ever had, actually. And I've had a lot. So here we have a custard. And so, I don't know, I was trying to get it in focus, you guys. It was a mess. But it was good. It was a good mess. They have a little bit of gold sprinkled on top, nice and tart, on top of a pistachio cake. This was the hazelnut cream, like the hazelnut bar with cream and like a sort of jelly on top. Now this was green tea sable. So good. And it was just the cream of the crop. So we ended up upgrading to the champagne. They had a brut champagne. They had a rosé reserve, and then they had Cristal. And so those were associated with different price points to add them to your tea. And we both did that. So it was extremely filling. Overall, the experience was fantastic. It's a must do, especially like if you are into, you know, kind of getting dressed up and like kind of in your church clothes a little bit. I mean, I wasn't dressed up in any church clothes, but I mean, whatever. And you know, you get dressed up and you know, you have tea and it's just cute and sweet. So thank you so much everyone for watching, and I hope to see you back. If you made it to the end of this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can be in the know for when I drop another video. I drop videos every Saturday, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching.